Attention all guests, Destiny USA will be closed for the remainder of the evening. We are requesting that everybody in the center please safely make your way to the exit.
Chief, what do we know? Do we have the shooter?
On today's date at approximately 7:07 p.m., the initial call came out as a shots fired. We arrived on scene here within seconds of that incident in our food court. We have a large contingency of officers who were working with detail within the mall. Our initial information led us to believe that there was fireworks, only to have that come out a couple minutes later to learn that there was a victim with multiple gunshot wounds. As it turns out, that young man was involved in some sort of altercation with another individual. Some sort of assault occurred, and the young man was shot. He's been taken to our area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries to his leg. There were no other individuals that were injured that we know of at this time. This does not appear to be a random act. It also came out that someone thought there was an active shooter. That was not the case. We're in the very early stages of our investigation to try to determine what exactly took place and witnesses that may have information and try to hold the individual responsible for this incident tonight. We ask that the public, that if you saw something or you have something on your phones that you may be able to share with us to help us solve this case, we would certainly appreciate that information.
Is there a suspect right now?
The suspect is still outstanding. There's no one in custody at this time. Again, we're in the early stages of our investigation, as we would with any sort of assault. Being indoors, which makes it a little unique, but we're in the early stages of that investigation.
I saw a dog enter the facility. Is the dog going to be used to find the suspect? Or is there any worry that there's any kind of device? Or
we have all of our resources that we have for the police department at our disposal, so we'll be using whatever we need to try to solve this case.
Chief, every news outlet in front of you did a story about added patrols. What factors did the added patrols here play when this all happened?
Well, it helped in the sense that we were literally on scene within seconds of the call coming out. There were a number of officers that were here specifically to try to prevent something like this from occurring. As you know, that we could have had 1,000 police officers in here, and you can't always prevent stupidity. Anyone that would do something like that with a crowded mall is obviously someone that we need to bring responsible and hold them accountable for what has happened tonight.
You said this wasn't a random act. These two individuals know each other. They have history, beef.
Our initial information just leads us to believe that there was some sort of altercation between the two individuals. It was not a random act, and one of the young men ended up with a couple of gunshot wounds to the leg.
Where is your investigation geographically focused on right now to find?
We're focused in the entire mall, obviously centrally located in the food court, which is where the incident came out, but that's where we're centrally working out from that location.
How old was the victim?
It appears to be in his early 20s.
Okay.
There was a second stream of people that came running out.
There were thousands of people that were in the mall, so obviously you have some of a delayed response and reaction on the part of some. There's some of the stores that went into their emergency protocol, which means that they locked some individuals within their store as a part of their procedure. So some individuals that you may have saw with a delay could be the result of them letting them out.
So if we see people with large weapons, we mentioned the dogs, how many officers do we have here? How many people do we step out?
We have a number of officers that are here on the scene and on the perimeter. Some of our neighboring police agencies also responded to the location, again, because during the early stages of this incident, it was thought that we could have possibly had an active shooter. It turns out that was not the case. So we certainly appreciate our neighboring police officers also responding.
There's been a lot of people streaming out of the mall, a lot of congestion. If this was an active shooter, do you think mall protocol